What's going on, world? Marquee Fuel to Live, Warner checking in with you guys. Super excited. Just got back in the States from some travels, which were really amazing. Met some really amazing people, had some really great experiences, and learned some great things. But one of the conversations we were having, I was in Honduras. I was having a conversation with some locals there, and along with some of my friends. We're having some really great conversation, some constructive conversation, and I just wanted to share with you guys some of the stuff that we were talking about. And this particular subject was fear and faith. Right? We were talking about fear and faith. And it's amazing because I know for a fact that if people understood how faith works and how fear works, that you could use this and really direct your lifestyle a certain way. All right, no matter what you're doing in your life, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you want to apply this to a job, if you want to apply this to relationships, if you want to apply this to an opportunity that you want to go after, if you want to apply this to a career, it doesn't matter. Right? It could be as simple as talking to someone, right? Perhaps your future spouse, right? But this is important. If you could understand how faith and fear works, I know for a fact you can manipulate it to work in your favor, right? So what do I mean? So I want to talk about it. Let's talk about fear versus faith, or faith versus fear. Now, first of all, it is said, I got this from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It says faith is the building block for accumulation of all riches. Right? Now, riches doesn't necessarily mean money and wealth and gold. It doesn't mean that. In fact, riches in the context of this book just means your goals. Right? Whatever you want to get done, whatever you're going to accomplish. Now, if you don't have goals, if there are no riches that you're going for, then this won't work for you. In fact, nothing will. Doesn't matter what road you take. You can take any road if you don't have a goal, because any road is going to get you there, right? But if you have a goal, if you have something that you're working towards, that you want to manifest, you want to attract, you want to bring into your life, then you need to understand how to operate in faith and not operate in fear, right? So faith is the building block. It is the foundation for the accumulation of all riches. Meaning, you have to believe that you can get it done before you can get it. And this is so serious. Like, you literally have to have faith that it's possible. Okay? If you don't have faith that you can even have this thing, that you can attract this thing, if you don't even have the faith, the belief, then it's going to be very tricky to manifest that. So what do I mean? Both faith and fear require you to believe in something that you cannot see. Now, even though you can rewind this, if you're not watching this live, I'm going to say that again. Both faith and fear require you to believe in something that you cannot see. All right, let me paint a scenario for you. Let's say rent is coming up, right? Rent or mortgage is coming up in 15 days. You're halfway in the month and you don't have a clue how you're going to have enough money to pay for your bills or how you're going to pay for your rent or your mortgage by the end of 15 days. You don't have a clue how you're going to do it. See, what some people will do, they'll borrow from their future the wrong way. They'll borrow from the fear, right? Because fear stands for false evidence appearing real. It's something that you cannot see. 15 days hasn't come. You haven't missed your mortgage yet. You haven't missed your rent yet. But today, 15 days earlier, you're stressing. So you're letting your future affect your present. And unfortunately, it's not even a gift for you. It's not a present for you because you're stressing. So you're letting your future affect your right now. And I really hope this is making sense, right? So 15 days hasn't showed up. You haven't missed your rent yet. You haven't missed your mortgage, but you're so, oh my God, how am I going to pay this? And it's causing you to not operate in your greatness today, right? So whether you're taking out your frustration on your children, whether you're taking out your frustration on your spouse, whether you're taking out your frustration on your friends, whether you're like, man, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I just want to be in a house and be miserable, whatever it is, it's affecting you now, right? And if you can relate to this, just hit the like button. Don't be afraid. Hit the like button if you can relate to what I'm saying, right? So you don't want to operate out of fear. Now, either way, whether you're operating out of faith or fear, you can still borrow from your future. So what do I mean? Let's say you have a goal, right? Let's say your goal is to be making $10,000 a month within the next 6 months, right? That's your goal. All right. Now, 4 months into this goal, because in 6 months, you plan to be making $10,000 a month. 4 months into your goal, maybe you're only making $3,000 a month. Maybe you're only making $2,000 a month. Maybe you're not making anything, right? 4 months in. How do you borrow from your future to help your present? You have to be able to see yourself 6 months from now making 10 grand a month. Like, if you can't even see that, which most people can't, so don't feel bad, right? Most people don't think they can make annual income monthly. So don't feel bad if you don't even see that. Just know that if you can't even see that happening, it won't happen for you. If you can't imagine what that lifestyle would be like, it won't happen for you. So you have to be able to borrow from your future and use that today. I really hope that makes sense. You have to borrow from your future. So you have to borrow the thoughts. What is your lifestyle like when you're making 10 grand a month? What kind of car are you driving at 10 grand a month? What are your children experiencing at 10 grand a month? Right? And if you're already making 10 grand a month, let's say if your goal was 20 grand a month. Let's say your goal was 50 grand a month. If you can't imagine generating $50,000 every 30 days, it won't come to you. So how do you do it? One, you have to believe that you can do it. Two, you have to learn how to borrow from your future, right? And we'll talk about that on another video, right? But you have to be able to borrow that, because again, both faith and fear require you to believe in something that you cannot see. Right? This is literally how you can fuel your lifestyle. Borrow this concept from me, and you can fuel your lifestyle, whatever it is that you're doing. Right? So when we talk about fear now, false evidence appearing real. So with faith, you're borrowing from your future and you're happy. You're looking forward to what's to come. Right? You have faith. You have belief that you can manifest whatever's coming your way. Fear is the opposite. Fear puts you into a different state, usually a depressing state, right? A sad state. You are worried about what's to come. You're not excited about it. You're worried about it. In some cases, you hope it doesn't come, right? This is so important. So let's say, I'm going to use an example, Will Smith. Will Smith, for his 50th birthday, he jumped out of a plane, right? He went skydiving. He's like, I'm 50 years old. I'm going to jump out of a plane. It's about to be lit. And he was talking about his potential episode of fear that he was experiencing. It was sneaking up on him, but he didn't give into it. And what did he say? He was saying that fear has no purpose. There was no point in even being afraid, right? Up until he was about to jump out this plane, there was no point in being afraid, which means while he's driving to the airport, while he's suiting up in his gear, while he's putting on his parachute, there's no point in being afraid. Why? Because he didn't jump out the plane yet. Right? So why would you be so afraid of jumping out this plane? You didn't jump out the plane yet. And you're letting this fear cripple you. So until you actually jump out the plane, that might be the opportunity where you're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Right? I'm falling. But he also said right at that point where he should be the most afraid, where he should have the most fear, when he jumped out that plane, he said it was the most blissful experience. So what am I saying? Everything that you want, whether to manifest, to achieve, whatever, is on the other side of your fear. I'm telling you. So let's say if you're a guy and you see a really attractive woman and you really want to talk to her, but you're worried she's going to shut you down, you'll never know until you go talk to that woman. If you're a young lady, even though you're super independent and you're a boss, and you see a guy that you find attractive or you want to talk to someone, you'll never know how that's going to go until you talk to him. Right? It's on the other side of your fear. You have to expose yourself. You have to be willing to expose yourself so you can get on the other side. I really hope that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. So again, it doesn't matter what your endeavor is. It doesn't matter what riches you are working to accumulate, what goal you're working to manifest. You need to choose faith and don't operate out of fear. Operating out of fear is just going to hold you back. It's going to cripple you. You'll come up with all kind of excuses and reasons of why you can't. Meanwhile, the person with the faith is going to take all those excuses and all those reasons and use it as to why they can. Right? I hope that makes sense. Both faith and fear require you to believe in something that you cannot see. So my advice to you is that you choose faith. All right? Choose faith. Now, if you need to work on how to build faith, that's important. That could be something that you could study on. If you're the type of person where you don't have faith in anything, you're always like, no, this is not going to work out. You know, you have a problem for every solution. There's no way that you can make 10 grand a month. There's no way you can make 20 grand a month. There's no way you can make $100,000 a month. Right? There's no way you can get that girl. There's no way you can get that guy. There's no way you can get that job. There's no way you can get that promotion. Blah, 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 blah. All this fear talk. If you're that person and you need to work on developing your faith, and there are multiple ways on developing faith, right? And again, we'll talk about that in another video. I just want to plant the seed in your mind to help you start to operate out of faith and don't operate out of fear, because fear is going to hold you back and faith is going to help you prevail. That being said, guys, I hope this makes sense. The goal is always 3. Hopefully one of you was the lucky 3. If not, all 3. The goal is to help 3 people a day. And hopefully with this information, I provided something with you that you can fuel your lifestyle with. All right? I love you. Stay blessed. I will see you at the bank or the beach. I love you. Peace.